Hello, this is my week 15 check-in. I do have a white noise machine in the background. If you can hear that, sounds like water. And that is because I have 4 children and privacy is non-existent. So just trying to keep a little privacy during these check-ins. So that's why that's going. As far as my placement, well, I had previously talked about another social worker that I was having problems with her keeping up with the caseload. She's actually put in her 4 weeks notice. So she'll be leaving. And the other person that I had talked about previously, it was a nurse, and that situation for a while I thought had started to resolve. My field instructor, who is also the department head for the facility for the social work department, she had talked to the nursing department head about this nurse in particular because they already were aware of the situation with her. And so they had removed a bunch of her responsibilities to try and kind of lessen the burden from her because she's having some emotional problems with family members. And she's acted kind of inappropriately during care plan meetings. She's cried and been very emotional and given some personal information that she shouldn't have to family members. Right now, it actually has kind of come a little bit to a head today where the situation has gotten worse, where we've noticed that things that have to be documented per state regulations have not been being documented, and normally that wouldn't affect me because it's nursing, but in this particular instance it's to do with behaviors and med management and behavior management. So it's the documentation that the nursing staff makes is the documentation that I use in my behavior logs and my behavior summaries, and so it affects my ability to do my job because she's not doing her job. And that's kind of has created some stress in that environment because of that. And then we had a care plan meeting with a family to talk to them, with the family and the resident, to talk to them about the resident transitioning into being respite, or I'm sorry, not respite, being palliative care. The doctor wrote the note for the resident to be palliative care, and as soon as we started to discuss this, that nurse, she actually started to sob and cry, and she got up and she said, I can't handle this. I can't handle talking about this. And she just left. So then I'm in the position to explain to the family without providing details of what it is that this nurse is going through, but explain to them, that she's had a recent loss. I didn't tell them that her husband had died 18 months ago, but that's essentially the reason why she's having these emotional issues. But suffice it to say that the family is very uncomfortable with her as the nurse because, she couldn't even stay in the care plan meeting without leaving and crying. And so I've talked to my field instructor about that. And there's not really anything I can do. I have talked to her and offered her some, not grief counseling, but informally have talked to her in ways that I'd been trained in my previous position to offer grief counseling, and so have talked to her using some of those methods and techniques, not kind of putting it out there that that's what I was doing, but trying to help her, I guess I don't really have a question per se for this week, but I'd just be interested in hearing if anybody else has dealt with situations with their coworkers and whether it's grief counseling or any other kind of mental health counseling or informally, if you run across a situation where you felt almost obligated to offer some kind of a support, maybe a little more formally than what you would for, say, a friend that you knew was going through something. So just wait to hear back from everybody. Thank you.